Alright, there's another video for 3VT about exercise 68. And that's about the tangent, sine and cosine in 3 dimensions, and in this case a pyramid. It says here some information about the pyramid, but you can all see it in the picture. All these lengths are 5, at the bottom all the lengths are 4, because the bottom is a square, so this side is also 4. And then we need to calculate angle TAS. So that means from T to A to S. So that means this angle over there. So the first thing that I would like to do is just make a sketch of it. And then here we have T, and then make sure that you can see it, is A, and here's S, and then this is the angle that we want to know. Now we already know that AT is 5, so that's nice, but we don't know TS or AS. So we need to figure one of those out, and if you know one of them, then you can use the tangent, sine, or cosine to calculate the angle. If you take a look at the pyramid, I don't know any way to calculate AS or ST directly, so I have to take a look at something else. We know that this is 4, and we know that that is 4. So with that, we can calculate the length AC, right? So AC would be the square root of 4 squared plus 4 squared. Now 4 squared is 16, 16 plus 16 is 32. So AC is the square root of 32. Now we're going to leave our answer like that, because we want our answer to be the most exact thing it can be. And if you calculate it, you get a rounded off number, and we're not going to use that. Now if AC, so this length here, AC, if that's the square root of 32, that means that AS is half of that. So AS is a half square root 32. So that's the length AS. So we can put that here in our sketch of the situation, right? So now we know 2 sides, and if you know 2 sides, then you can actually calculate the angle. We know the adjacent side, and this is the 90-degree angle. Yeah? This is the adjacent side, that's the hypotenuse. So that means that we have to use the cosine. So to calculate, we're going to calculate angle TAS. We have to use the cosine, and then we need to do the adjacent side, and the adjacent side is a half times the square root of 32 divided by the hypotenuse. Now if you calculate that, then you will get, let me see, 55.6 degrees, and that is the answer for exercise A. Hopefully that's clear to everyone. Then now we're going to talk about exercise B. Alright, so here it says calculate angle TMS. So TMS would be from T and then to M there and then to S. Yeah, so let me make a sketch of that triangle. So here we have T, and then S is in the middle, and M is here. And this is 90 degrees. And then if you take a look at this triangle over there, so I'm going to make line. This line I'm going to make over here, and then this line I'm going to make over there. So this is the triangle that we have. Now we need to figure out some lengths, otherwise we can't calculate the angle. Now we don't know what MT is. We can calculate it in a very difficult way, so we're not going to do that. This one is easy to figure out, because this length is 4, so that means that this length is 2. So SM is 2. Then, yeah, that was the light, sorry. And then we do know, if you take a look over here, we do know this length and that length. So we can calculate ST using the Pythagorean theorem. And if we know ST, then we can calculate this angle. So first we're going to calculate ST using the Pythagorean theorem and this shape. So this is the square root of 5 squared minus a half times the square root of 32 squared. Alright, now if you want you can type this into your calculator and then you have an exact answer. We can also calculate it just here by working it out, because 5 squared is 25, and here we have square root of 32 times the square root of 32 is just 32, and a half times a half is 4, and then 1/4 of 32 is 8. So that's this. So here you get 17. So ST is the square root of 17. Alright, so if we know that, let me write it down over here, square root of 17. So if you want to calculate the angle now, then we can now use the tangent, because we know the opposite side and the adjacent side. So we're going to calculate angle TMS, and then we do tangent minus 1 of the square root of 17 divided by 2. Alright, now let's type that into the calculator over here. So the tangent minus 1 of the square root of 17, I'll just put it in, oh wait, delete. Let's put it in brackets just to be sure, but I didn't actually have to. And then divided by 2. And then it says 64.1 degrees. Alright, so 64.1 degrees. Yes, that's the answer. I just noticed that in the answer book they actually do something else, because here you see that in the answer book they calculated side empty, which is square root of 21 then, you know that one. But you see in the end you get the same answer, but they use the cosine. So when I send you the answers later, then you might be thinking, what? But it's, yeah, of course there are multiple ways to calculate it. I just thought this was easier. So this is how you calculate exercise 68. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.